So, you've got this amazing idea for an app, right? But how do you actually make it real? You're definitely not alone. Today, we are going to crack open the blueprint that takes you from that first spark of an idea to a fully working app in someone's hands. Let's dive in. This really gets to the heart of it. Building an app, it's not just about writing a bunch of code. It's about grabbing that initial spark, that what-if moment, and turning it into something genuinely useful, something successful.
And yeah, this is the big question, isn't it? How do you possibly bridge that huge gap between a cool idea you have in the shower and a polished working app on a smartphone? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down step by step. Here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the big choices you have to make about what kind of app you're building. Then we're diving into the really cool tech that can make your app stand out. After that, we'll walk through the actual development process. And finally, we'll talk about something super important: how to pick the right team to bring it all to life. All right, let's get into it. Before a single line of code is written, you've got to make a few massive choices. And trust me, getting this part right from the get-go will save you a world of pain later on. Okay, so this is your first big fork in the road. Think of it like this. Are you building a Formula One race car, or are you building a super versatile SUV? A native app is the race car. It's built for one specific track, either iOS or Android. It is blazingly fast and can use every single feature of the phone perfectly. On the other hand, a cross-platform app is that all-terrain SUV. You build it once and it runs pretty much everywhere, reaching way more people on both platforms for less money. The choice really boils down to, do you need that peak performance, or is getting your app in front of the most people the number one goal? And you have to remember, the code is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. A truly great app needs a design that just feels right. It has to be tested like crazy to squash all the bugs, and it needs support long after it launches. It's like a living, breathing thing that has to work perfectly, whether it's on a phone, a smartwatch, or even a TV. So now that we have the foundations down, let's get to the really fun stuff, the technology. We're about to look at the powerful tools that can take your app from just being useful to being, unforgettable. This is where it gets incredibly cool. I mean, think about your favorite apps. What makes them feel so smart or so immersive? A lot of that magic is happening behind the scenes, and it's powered by these incredible technologies. First up, the undisputed heavyweight champion of modern tech, AI. In the simplest terms, this is what gives your app a brain. It's how you let it learn from what people do, spot patterns, and interact in ways that feel almost human. And think about what that means for the person using your app. It means a chatbot that actually solves their problem right away. It means an app that understands what you're saying, not just what you're typing. It could even predict what you might want to do next or analyze a photo to give you information. This is the stuff that makes an app feel magical. Next up is blockchain. Now, I know when a lot of people hear blockchain, their mind immediately jumps to cryptocurrency, but its potential is so much bigger than that, especially when it comes to building trust and security right into your app. Just look at these examples. With blockchain, you can create a totally transparent and unchangeable record for a supply chain, so you know exactly where your stuff came from. It makes international payments secure, it can manage our digital identities, and yeah, it powers new markets for things like NFTs. At its core, it's a technology for creating trust. Okay, now let's literally step into another dimension with spatial computing. This is basically the umbrella term for any tech that blends our physical world with the digital one. Things like augmented, virtual, and mixed reality. This technology is completely changing how we interact with our devices. With augmented reality, your phone's camera can put digital information right on top of the real world, like seeing how a new couch looks in your living room before you even buy it. Virtual reality can drop you into a completely new digital world for training or gaming. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening right now, and it's transforming everything from retail to medicine. So we've got our idea. We know about the powerful tech we can use. The next logical question is, how does it all actually get built? Let's take a look at the journey an app takes from concept to reality. The way modern software gets built is through a process called agile development. See, the old way was to spend months, even years, building an entire app in secret, only to launch it and find out nobody wanted it. Agile completely flips that. It's all about building and testing the app in small, super fast cycles. This means you get constant feedback and can change things on the fly, making sure the final product is something people actually want to use. And this whole process follows a really clear path. It all starts with strategy, figuring out exactly what problem you're trying to solve.
Then designers come in and create the look and feel, the whole user experience. After that, developers get to work building it, and then testers do their best to break it in every way possible. But here's the thing. Launch day isn't the finish line. It's really just the beginning of the app's life.
And that brings us to our last section. And honestly, it might be the most important one. Because unless you're planning on coding this whole thing yourself, you're going to need to find the right partner to guide you through this journey.
Okay, so you've got the idea, you know the tech, you understand the process, but who's going to build it? This decision is absolutely critical. Picking the right team can be the single biggest factor between an app that soars and one that flops. So here's your checklist. Are they completely focused on your vision and your goals? Is their team made up of real, experienced experts who work together? Can they show you exactly how their agile process works? And, most importantly, ask to see what they've built before. A strong portfolio is the best proof you can get that they can actually deliver.
And there you have it, the path from a spark of an idea to a finished app. It's complex, for sure, but it's not some big mystery. The technology is more powerful than it's ever been, and the process for building is smarter and faster. So the only question left is the one right there on the screen. What problem is your app going to solve?